Tonight's racing show is brought to you by Henning Microsprint Wings, Dan Henning. He owns Microsprint Wing Factory Company and also Cage Kart Wings and also Chad Rat Construction. And also, ladies and gentlemen, Brody Manning Motorsports. So tonight on the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show, let's get these race car drivers in their cars. Let's get ready to fire these motors up. Tonight on the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show, #1 on YouTube, we have with us Mr. Chase Bryant. Welcome to the show, Chase.
Thank you.
So, Chase, let's talk about your racing career. How did you end up in the sport of auto racing?
My dad just like put me in a go-kart when I was 3, and I just started from there.
Okay. When you started it out, were you scared at all to get behind the wheel?
Not really.
Not really. Did you set some goals when you first started racing?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. As you got into racing, though, did you end up setting some goals or
I'm sorry.
when after you got into racing a little bit more, did you set some goals then?
No.
Would you say yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So what are some of the goals you set for yourself when you got into racing?
Or something like that.
Just like win championships and like win a lot of races.
Okay. So have you achieved some of them goals? Did you achieve some of them goals?
You achieve something.
Yes.
Okay. So Chase, um, what is okay, what series have you set your focus on this year?
Midwest Lightning.
Okay, okay. So Chase, where did your racing number come from?
I'm sorry.
Where did your race car number come from?
And from my dad, and I'm pretty sure my cousin used it. My great grandpa.
Okay. So Chase, what's an average day at the races look like for you?
I'm sorry.
What's an average day at the races look like for you? What's the day at the races look like for you on a normal day?
Kind of stressful, but I just get in my cars and just like really race. And sometimes I help out with the car.
Okay. So racing, does that get pretty stressful for you, Chase?
Sometimes.
Uh,
Yeah, sometimes.
okay. So Chase, what's a day at the shop look like for you guys?
I'm sorry. Like you're
What's
breaking
a
up
day
a
in the race
lot.
shop look like? What's a day in the race shop look like for you guys?
Um, we just like clean the cars and put them on the scales and see what they weigh and see what I weigh, and then
Okay. So Chase, what is your favorite racetrack or racetracks that
favorite
you've raced on?
um probably just Terre Haute.
Okay. What is your okay? What's one of your least favorite tracks?
Um, any asphalt track, but
Okay.
I don't remember the one that was my least
So
favorite.
Chase, okay. So Chase, what helps you stay focused?
just like somebody makes me mad, it just gives me like adrenaline or whatever, and it makes me try harder.
Okay. So what's your favorite part about racing, Chase?
Just like racing and like seeing my friends at the track and just winning championships and stuff.
Okay. So Chase, when you go to win a race, what is that experience like for you?
It's just like really fun and like exciting.
Okay.
Like
So Chase, how do you celebrate your victories?
I just go to victory lane and take a picture.
Okay. Do you have any
So yeah,
do you have any like uh celebration after the victory lane at all?
sorry.
Do you go out to like for ice cream or anything after the races to celebrate your victories?
Sometimes, not all the time.
Okay. So Chase, what's the biggest victory you've ever won?
I'm sorry.
What's the biggest race you've ever won?
The best what?
Best race.
The biggest
Best
race. The biggest race.
um the last points race last year.
Okay. So Chase, setting your sights further into your career, where do you want to go next with your career?
Um Micros are 305 sprints.
Okay, okay. So you're going to be doing some testing and some micros and 305 sprints pretty soon, or
Hope so.
okay, okay. So setting your sights into micros, are you planning on racing the Tulsa shootout eventually?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So Chase, do you have a racing nickname?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do
I
you have
have
a
a
racing
nickname.
nickname?
No.
Well,
Oh, we got to get you one there, bud. That's a part of being a race car driver. You got to have a really cool nickname to go with your name.
The sponsor just calls me CB.
Okay, okay. So who do you have for sponsors on your race car, Chase?
Jack and Angelina Parsley. And
Okay,
Parsley Roofing.
okay, okay. So are you presently looking for more sponsors?
Yeah.
Okay, so how does people reach out to you to sponsor you? How do they get a hold of you?
My dad on Facebook.
Okay, okay. Do you have a racing page that the racing fans can follow you on?
Yeah.
What's your racing page called?
Chase Bryant Racing.
So, ladies and gentlemen, reach out to Chase Bryant Racing because I'll tell you what, he would appreciate the follows, the fans, the whole ball of wax to go over and press like on his Facebook page. So, Chase, I'm going to give you the opportunity to do something pretty cool now. I'm going to kind of toss the mic over to you. You can ask me some questions if you would like.
you can do what?
You can do what?
I'm going to toss the microphone over to you. You can ask me some questions if you'd like.
Um, how did you get into doing interviews?
It was all quite interesting. I grew up around racing ever since I've been a little kid, and a friend of mine started this whole racing show up because I had always dreamt of working in the racing world, some capacity, some area. Just never became a driver. And he's like, "Let's do this. You know, you've been a racing fan for 30 years. Let's do this." And I said, "Well, never been on a camera a day in my life." We started out with 38 viewers, and then all at once, when we left Facebook Live, And then when we went over to YouTube, now that we're over on YouTube, we have over 12,000 views of our stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. You have any other questions for me?
What's your favorite racetrack and your favorite driver?
My all-time favorite track, and I've been to it a couple times, and was just in awe of it. Knoxville, Iowa, Knoxville Raceway, the Knoxville Nationals. And my favorite racer, well, it kind of goes across quite a few series. Sprint car wise, when I was growing up, Chase, Mark Kinzer was my favorite. Mark Kinzer, I'll tell you what, your dad could probably tell you stories about Mark Kinzer and about all the amazing things he did behind the wheel. And then also Doug Wolfgang, he was from up in this neck of the woods where I'm at. The Wolf, as they called him. I'm trying to think. Joey Saldana and Shane Stewart, and then Stevie Smith also. NASCAR, I was always like a Rusty Wallace and Davey Allison, Alan Quickie fan. Then went into Earnhardt Senior, Earnhardt Junior, and then went into Jimmy Johnson. And now I'm a Kyle Larson fan.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your favorite racer, Chase?
Probably Bobby Pierce or um I can't remember his name. Brad Smith.
Okay, okay. Brad Sweet's pretty awesome. I've met him a few times. He's pretty awesome to talk to. So Chase, do you have any other questions for me?
No.
Okay. So I have one for you, Chase. Do you just watch like dirt racing, or do you watch like IndyCar and stuff like that too?
Pretty much just like that.
I pretty much just watch dirt racing and sometimes NASCAR.
Okay. Have you ever watched the Indy 500 at all, Chase?
No.
Oh man, that is an adrenaline race right there. It's 500 miles, Chase, on a Sunday afternoon in Indiana, and you're literally going 240 miles an hour around an oval track.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, Chase, you win that race, you get a check all by yourself for $3.5 million. What would you do with that kind of money?
Um, Race for a long time and probably buy my family stuff.
And then on top of that, Chase, Chevrolet is a sponsor of the Indy 500, so you may end up winning a brand new Corvette out of the deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Chase, I want to thank you. Before I let you go, how does how do you get along with your crew? You get along with your crew pretty good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's all on your racing crew?
Dad, my grandpa, Jack and Angel, um, my dad's girlfriend, my little sister.
Okay. So Chase, at the end of your season, how do you thank your sponsors?
At the banquet, I just do a speech and it lists all the
Okay.
sponsors. I would thank all of them.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Chase, for being on our racing show tonight, talking to us about your racing career. As you get into your season, I would love to have you back on here again to kind of give us an update as to what's going on with your racing career. Okay? Is that okay with you?
Definitely.
Okay. So, Chase, I will let you step out. I will definitely, I'm going to go ahead and give a little racing news update. I will call you and thank you in person.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just got to wait for you
What do
guys
you
to
say?
step out. That's all. Got to wait for you guys to step out.
Waiting on us to step out.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Chase Bryant, awesome race car driver. Definitely, ladies and gentlemen, go check out Chase Bryant Racing on Facebook for his all his racing updates. Race, uh, Racing news wise, everybody's gearing up because IndyCar, IndyCar, IndyCar racing is getting ready to get into full swing. NASCAR is in full swing. Kyle Larson won last weekend in Vegas. And I'll tell you what, it's just Donnie Schatz has done fairly well in the World of All stuff so far this season. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, all the racing is getting ready to kick into full swing. Definitely, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and congratulations goes out to Aiden Sullivan because he's going to be doing. He's going to be racing sport mods eventually too. So congratulations to Aiden Sullivan, the black sheep that is. Definitely. And I'll tell you what, a lot of drivers are making jumps in different classes and stuff. So we'll see where this all goes, ladies and gentlemen. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank everybody for being a part of this racing show with us tonight. If you would like to be on our racing show or sponsor our racing show, feel free to call or text us at 712-209-7138, or you can email us at jjnolan151@gmail.com. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have a good night. Catch you later on another episode of the Josh Nolan and Oliver S. Full Throttle Racing Show, #1 on YouTube.